All right. We don't really have a name for this yet, but welcome. Aced. Did I get that right? Aced.
Yes, that is me.
Where have you been?
Oh, where have I
Sure.
been?
What's the
Sure.
projects coming up? What are you
Oh,
working on?
projects. Okay. It's a whole mix mash, right? So
Hmm.
there was this album I was working on, but I didn't do it. Another one, it's kind of semi still in production. And then recently, it's been going on my like Twitter and stuff. I'm sure you've seen it on Instagram as well. I have finally, technically, I'm on streaming services due to being featured on one of my friends' songs. Then,
Yes.
of course, in the interview coming up, and then I have another interview with someone on their blog, and then I have another song coming up with a feature. Currently, it's actually open in the background right now, but I am working on like a song in itself. I don't know what project it's going to be on, if it's going to be on a project, but that is there.
Uh, Jackety, right? As you know,
Yes,
friend of
Jackety.
yours. We've heard that
Yes.
a collab album is happening.
Oh, he did tweet that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, after he tweeted about that, I messaged him about it, asking what he wanted. He was pretty vague. But I'm sure it will
Yeah.
still happen eventually, but I haven't got many updates on that. Apologies. But I don't doubt that it will happen because we've had many collaborations in the past. To list the two, I did a remix, aka verse, on his song Coconut,
Hmm.
and then he featured on a song of mine, Hawk Tour Part Tour.
We actually did something similar. I don't know if you
Oh, yeah?
know, but yeah, we made a song called Hawk to Us, and it's a two-parter.
Oh, it's a two-part. Oh,
We have
great
our
minds
own
think
kind of
alike, I
great
guess.
minds think alike, yes. A lot of projects you said are coming up recently on Twitter, Instagram. You said you were assembling with a team with Jay
Oh,
Brisk,
yeah.
Eflol.
The whole assembling a team thing, I mentioned
Hmm.
there were multiple projects that I'm kind of in between doing and not doing.
Yeah.
Um, Many of them are involved. I basically collect them all up together to work with me on like different verses and production styles for this one project I am very still passionate about, but was
Mm.
very more passionate about back in oh, I don't know the month, but yeah. And we were working as hard as possible on that. If you want any details on that project, I can give some
Yes.
if
We
that
we
is
we
wanted.
would like to know because we haven't seen a project from you yet on SoundCloud,
Th-
on streaming services. We've seen features, we've seen many songs, but we haven't seen a full-length project of any kind yet.
That is true. Backtracking to what you said about we haven't seen a project yet. I did technically release one, but I unreleased a lot of it since I didn't think it was very good for my
Mm.
discography and it wasn't my fullest potential. Although some of the songs on the SoundCloud are still up from that.
Hmm.
But going off of the original point of the question, which was um, any details about that project, it's a lot different from what you'll hear from a lot of people in my circle. It's to discuss more ambient and um it it's out there. So if you were to listen to something by Eflo or Jay Brisky or any of those kind of people, it wouldn't really
Mm.
give you a good idea of what this is supposed to be. Again, like I'm saying, it's hard to describe, but it's something cool to expect eventually. I'm pretty sure it also did get leaked a while back for an untitled link. I was having a bit of a thing on Twitter, and I dropped the untitled link myself. And checking back on it, there has been many downloads, which were not
Hmm.
me. So someone does have a copy of the album out there. It's not the official one or the most up to date one, but it is a copy nonetheless.
So you have leaks out there that people can get, and there's an album of yours that is out there that
Yes.
you don't want out there.
Of
All
course
right.
not. No. And I've tried to get in contact. I tweeted out basically saying, hey, this has got downloads and leaks on it and stuff.
Hmm.
I'd like to know who's done it so I can talk to them. I have no doubt it's someone that I had beef with in the past because a lot of when I was going on all that Twitter tirade, I was basically saying how I was just gonna leak a bunch of stuff from other people. It was a whole mess. If you want to get into that, go
Mm.
ahead. But I have not much to say about it. It's all gone now.
So Miles Gallen, right? If I'm saying that
Yes.
correctly, very prominent
Yes.
figure. Mogo Mob, YXL, he both owns. Is Mogo Mob still going on? Are we gonna see anything from YXL? What's up about that? Are you even in YXL anymore?
It's a bit at odds. So we've got Mogo Mob, which I'm pretty sure is still kind of in development. A lot of it, I think, is we have most of the tracks down. It's a lot of people,
Mm,
including me, haven't done their part on it. I've done most of what I'd wanted to do. In my personal opinion, it could be a lot better, and a lot of the tracks I don't really want to put my focus on, and I don't know how. Mogo Mob, I'm pretty sure that's like a big thing that I feel like is still going to happen. With YXL, I tweeted about it recently
mhm.
and it came. I'm pretty sure Miles Galen responded saying how it's like defunct now. Yeah, I'll have to find the post, but it was something like that. That it's like not really a thing anymore. So I'm not sure. But
Mm.
the whole YXL stuff, a lot of the members, there's a lot of members in there I don't even know because the original owner of it, Duckworth, he just invited anyone really. So yeah.
So it's kind of in a mess of everything right now, just between everything. Miles Gallen, we've seen we've seen more about him. We've seen a beef actually that went
Ooh.
on. Can you in the past? Can you that kind of went under the rug? But can you explain more on that? Apparently,
I
some
will
taking of
elaborate.
songs.
Oh,
We would
yeah.
like to know about that.
Yeah, I will elaborate with a clearer mind because back then I was just kind of pissed about it.
Hmm.
It's a mix of personal stuff and other stuff. I can't remember. I think it was Doyle, and correct me if I'm wrong. Posted about Miles Galen basically stealing his song. A lot of it is him doing remixes, which is him taking it and making barely any changes. Now, I'm not saying he's bad at making remixes. He remixed one
Hmm.
of my songs, probably the best one from that old project that I scrapped over SoundCloud that doesn't exist anymore. He made like a more club style remix of it, and I actually quite like it. It's quite an enjoyable song. But I think a lot of it is he just doesn't get permission for the stuff and just does what he wants, which I can respect in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, um, the whole thing and the personal stuff is a old project called Fusion FM because I wanted to do a collaboration with him that is not happening anymore. And a big reason why is because a lot of the beats used I didn't like. They were quite shit, if I do say so myself. And it was a mix of me just getting tired of because it's apparently it's happened before with him just taking songs, right? So I was tired of that, and then it was just now it's me mostly not like him not using his full potential because I haven't heard any music news from Miles Gaynor in a while.
Hmm.
Like a lot of the stuff on Twitter is not about his own music, and if anything, I just don't think he's using his potential right. Like a lot of the beats he showed me just not good, and I think he needs to focus on improving his production style. And the whole drama of opening a bunch of people was a big mess. But yeah, it was just a mix of things really, and
Well,
I hope we can move
hopefully
on
we
from
learn
that. But
about that more because you did a Twitter post announcing some of the projects, including this interview, a couple hours ago, and Miles Gallen actually responded to that with our interview soon with you and him. Can we learn about that? Is that a thing coming up?
yes, when I was that should be. I originally posted about wanting to get interviews done so I could get some of the stuff I wanted to say out without just
Yeah.
writing a bunch of Twitter posts and being a buffoon like I normally am. So you approached me, and we're doing this right now. But the first person to approach me was Miles Gannon,
Hmm.
and when I messaged him about it, I don't know when it's going to happen. He hasn't got back to me with any questions yet, but it's going to be an interview on his blog post. So it's going to be like one of those ones where
Okay.
his question, my answer, all on the blog post and text stuff. I have nothing else other than that.
Hmm.
No information from me. So yeah.
Well, moving on from the serious stuff, the music stuff, we saw last year you went for Yay as Halloween. How did you put that
Oh,
together?
you're thinking up some good stuff here. Okay,
Hmm.
basically, just a lot of my friends were doing some Halloween thing at their house, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
what do I do? Because I'm very limited with. I haven't done Halloween stuff in a long time. So it's like, okay, I already have. If you look closely, the coat I'm wearing is the Yeezy Windbreaker.
Hmm.
It's the one from 2025. So I had that. I had
Hmm.
the Vulture's mask, and I had a lot of the components to make one of the outfits from his like 2025, 2024 shows. Um, so I threw that together, and I was like, okay, in a lot of them, he's got those big shoulder pads, very reminiscent of Evangelion. So I was like, okay, how am I going to put that together? Uh, I just like shoved some like blankets and shit in my shoulders. They weren't very stable, so we had to get something to hold down. I'm not going to
Hmm.
elaborate on that because it's embarrassing, but yeah. And so I threw that together and I went there and it was all cool. And I had the Yay costume. So
Hmm. Aside from Ye, because you take a lot inspiration from Ye and the big artists recently, yeah,
he's like,
it
Yay,
works
Yay,
out well.
Yay's the best. Yay's the best. What can I say?
Who do you take, except him, who do you take inspiration from? Just aside from
Except for
him, maybe the bigger artists like Playboy Cardi or some of those artists that you find in your music.
when I'm making music, I always do try and go for my own thing, of course. But when it comes
Yeah.
to inspirations, it comes from many different places, not just music. I will say we've mentioned Jay before.
Yeah.
He is a big inspiration for me because he makes some really good music and he's not that big.
Hmm.
He's not that well known, so that kind of influences my kind of stuff. Um, I look a lot to the underground to help what I'm doing. Recently, I've been trying to do more of that kind of style. Um, it's very broad in that aspect. People like Che, Bleard, all that kind of stuff. They do take some inspiration. And when I say it's not just like music that gives me inspiration when it comes to music. That's like um music to me has a certain vibe to it. There's a certain feeling that can be invoked through album cover, sonical sound, storytelling, and that comes in through certain pieces of media I watch, like shows, etc.
Hmm. Moving on from that, how do you when we've seen the beefs, we've seen all that on Twitter, right? You have a large community on Twitter. Um, how do you deal with that stuff? How do you deal with hate around your music?
Hey, when it comes to music, when I'll name it the project 5 I moved off SoundCloud called Psychedelia.
Hmm.
That did receive some backing to it because basically when I released it, YXL was still functioning and
Hmm.
they didn't really help promote it all that much, and I blamed that on the low stream numbers on SoundCloud, which wasn't entirely the reason looking back on it, but it was a factor to play. So I started going after many of the people at YXL for that, and the owner at the time, Duckworth, basically said, yeah, it's different, but that doesn't mean it's good because like my whole thing was saying how it's like nothing that the people have tried before in YXL. It's a lot the same, which I still stand by. If being honest, a lot of the people who were in there weren't trying anything new or doing anything
Hmm.
creative, in my opinion. So I decided to basically attack everyone for that and say this was better, which in my opinion, with now it's looking back on it, it's not. I completely agree with Duckworth in that matter. Wasn't a very good project. There were some good elements, especially production wise, but it's not the best. So I didn't deal with that in a good way, in my opinion, and I haven't got that much criticism recently for my musical
Hmm.
endeavors, so I haven't really been able to think of that.
We've seen most of these projects are almost close to done, and we're probably soon to getting a project from you with members of this community, right? Um,
Hmm.
would we get any on streaming platforms?
Now you see, this is what I've been thinking about a lot
Mm,
because I want to start off my proper streaming launch right. Most of my stuff gets dumped on SoundCloud, but I want one good track, one good project to be the starting point of me getting it on streaming, like Apple Music, Spotify, and stuff like that. Um, I distribution isn't as hard as I thought it'd be.
Yeah,
You pay someone like DistroKid to do it, and then they do it. That's like just how it goes, and I can afford that. But I'm waiting till the time's right and what I have is right, and I
yeah.
think that is sooner than later now.
Okay. Before we wrap up, I feel like I gotta ask you one more question. Do you
Okay,
think your fans are peeping toms?
elaborate. I don't actually know that term very well.
Or are they peeping moms?
Oh, peeping toms or peeping moms. Okay,
This is a question the
I don't
fans
know.
must know.
It's hard to say. I had a friend called Tom once. He's rather large sized.
Mm,
I peeping toms. I'll go. I'm gonna go peeping moms because peeping. You know what mums do, right? They're
yeah.
very. Um, for me, right. When it comes, I've had many discourse with people in private, and they like saying stuff about my music when it's how I do it, and the stuff they say isn't valid, and that can be applied to mothers, I'd say. So peeping moms.
Would you call your fan base peeping moms, or if you were to give a name to your loyal fans, what would it be?
I am unsure. That is a good question. Damn. I would probably not call them that because judging by you asking me about that term, it's something you guys have already come up with. So it's like I'm not gonna do any of that. I know Miles Gallon. I would steal that from you. But I don't know what I'd call them. I feel like that come naturally a lot of times when it comes to communities and names and like stuff. When it comes to communities as such, it comes naturally. Maybe the artist plays into it, maybe they don't. But it just happens through community interaction, and of course, I wouldn't say I'm large enough for that to happen yet. But
Yeah,
if when it does, it does.
yeah. When it does, it does. Is there anything you'd like to say to everyone, to your group, to everyone? Is there any words you would like to say?
Poop. Wait.
I agree.
Before we wrap up, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was really awkward. Who's this? The other guy in VC. I don't know. You said you asked him if he had anything he wanted to say. Do you have anything to say, mate?
Well, I mean, I had like I was thinking of this. Like, what do you do like outside of music in your life? Like, is there anything else that you're working on? Like anything worth
Hmm.
mentioning?
Anything
Oh,
worth
that
looking
is such
for? Should ask
anything
that.
worth looking
It's
for.
a good question.
Yeah. Um. It's nowhere near a good stage to say it's definitely going to happen,
Okay.
but I am in talks with a lot of talented friends outside of the music scene working on other forms of media. I will say show for now, that's all I'll give. Some
Okay.
sort of indie TV show, all that stuff. Well, not TV, but you get what I mean. That is
Mhm.
something. And also, I'm closer than farther to being able to get into college, and my course requires um, certain forms of media production that I will share to the people that enjoy my things. So yeah,
All right.
Mm.
Well, we're looking forward to everything that you've said today. Uh,
yeah.
thank you for having it. Thank you for being on the show, Ace, our first.
If you ever need more people, I could get you in contact with other people if you need it.
Yeah.
I got other people that might be
I've
open to
been, yeah,
interviews. That's what I'm saying.
yeah. I might do. I was thinking of doing a interview with Jackety. I
Jackety,
feel like
that'd be good. I'd
he's,
like to
yeah.
watch that.
I feel like I've seen his projects. They're interesting. And I knew
They are
him. I
interesting.
think that's how I got in touch with you because I had a chance to be in one of his projects that were memeing on Yay, and
Oh,
I don't
wait, I think I know those ones. Yeah.
on the Yay album. I think I was on Wouldn't Leave, but I eventually left because I didn't want to do it for some reason. But I should have done it. It would have been an honor. And yeah, I think next up would be Jackety, so that would be a fun time for sure. So are you gonna end
Yes, but
off with saying poop, or do you have some information you want to give out to the people watching at home?
Oh, I have some more information. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give this out to the
Okay.
people. Uh, fuck YXL. I am the best, and
Oh,
that's
Wow.
just what it is.